Hey everybody, Nick here, doing another video on September 3rd, 2024. Now, I have very strong thoughts and opinions about censorship, okay? And I had somebody mention that they wanted me to do this as a video idea, but I was always meaning to do this eventually. But thank you for the list of topics. If any of you have topics as well, you can always put them in the comments below, and I'll take a look at them. So it's a very nice, warm, sunny day. I had to get out of the shade a little bit. But today's topic is censorship. And I think this is something that has been going on for a long time, no matter what the form. Especially in today's age, the last 4 or 5 years, there was mass censorship during the pandemic. And yes, I call it the pandemic because that's what I think it was. But then people are probably not going to agree with that, and I don't give a shit. So censorship was happening to protect the narrative, It's always done to silence truth, no matter what. Most of the time it's to silence truth. Sure, there's gonna be things that people don't want to be out there on the internet and whatnot. But the thing is, if it's something illegal or something hateful that is going on, I agree. These people should, face consequences. I don't believe anybody should be censored. I think that's just going down a really, really bad road. Specifically, there's laws in place for people who say bad things or who have posted negative comments or whatnot. So it doesn't matter what is written online. Sorry, somebody was just coming by here. It doesn't matter what someone's written online. Sure, okay, yes, they will be punished accordingly to the law. They don't need to be censored. If there's somebody evil, yes, you don't give them another voice, for sure. If it's just going to always be vitriol and just terrible things like insulting people or racist remarks, absolutely, this person should not have a voice. But I'm saying, if it's something like a lot of things that were censored over the last few years, I'll give you a few examples, like ivermectin, talking about ivermectin, which was a award-winning, I think it was a Nobel Prize-winning drug, censoring doctors who have are highly qualified to talk about things, censoring these people, censoring anybody that had an opinion about any current events is, in my opinion, very, very sinister. And I don't think it has a place in this world, okay? I really don't. And then someone will say, well, it could influence or get someone to do something that they don't want them to do. I keep hearing noises back here. I'm sorry, but people have a brain for a reason. They should be able to, decipher or think for themselves. They don't need people to think for them. Someone's walking on the train tracks. They don't need people to think for them, okay? If someone puts out information out there, you should be able to look at the information and decide for yourself, whether that's going to be beneficial for you or not. Sure, there's certain things that are ridiculous that people post. You're never going to agree with it, but I'm of the mind that I may not agree with the person, but I will fight to the death to defend your right to say it. Like freedom of speech is a very big one, and I think that needs to be protected, and it's slowly going away. Unfortunately, we have these globalist elites running the show such as like, you know, Google and YouTube, this platform, YouTube. Like, I really like this platform, but I think that they need to really, it's not going to change because they're obviously being, you know, manipulated by an outer force of some sort. But that's a topic for another video. I just think censorship in any form is wrong, and it basically breeds, you know, what do you call it? Distrust. It will breed distrust for the institutions if you're blocking out people's comments, things like that. Like YouTube and other platforms really did a number on a lot of content creators, even like censoring things that they may not like or whatnot. It's just, you know, it's gotten out of hand, deleting people's accounts, shadow banning people. It's just really ridiculous what's gone on, you know, very ridiculous. What do you guys think about censorship? There's a really good quote that I like, and I'll put it on the screen because I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it's one to definitely that makes so much sense, you know, regarding censorship. I think those who want to censor will inevitably want to control some sort of narrative, or, you know, have some sort of agenda. And that's just, I mean, you can look at it through history. Look at how much these tyrannical governments didn't allow their people to read whatever they, you know, someone published something that wasn't state media or state propaganda. That's censorship. They want to control the minds of their you know, their people. It's been like that throughout history. There's no denying that. I'm just gonna go into the shade here. Got a little hotter than I thought. But anybody that discredits that is clearly, you know, kidding themselves. Absolutely kidding themselves. Oh, that's much better. But then I'll get cold again. And I just think any form of censorship, it's all done on purpose. It's done for, you know, a motive, something that these people want to control. You know, I just think anybody's in favor of that. Sometimes people are in favor and they don't even realize why it's being done. They don't want to listen to another person's viewpoint. Me, I like to listen to all sides of the spectrum. I want to hear, even if it's the craziest sounding idea ever, I want to hear about it. You know, I'll decide if I believe it or not, or I'll usually do, you know, more corroborating research to see if there's evidence that backs it up. I don't want to be given just one set of facts. You know, I want the full picture. I want everyone's opinion, everyone's idea. But people are so quick to just shut someone down. They don't want to hear it because they don't like the person, or they don't, you know, even if I don't agree with someone's, you know, things they say or whatever, I still want to hear it because I want the full picture. You know, I want to be able to decide for myself what's best for me. And yeah, I mean, again, when someone dislikes somebody, they don't want to listen to what they have to say. That is definitely a form of censorship, no matter what someone says, no matter what someone tells you. If you're shutting someone's ability to say something, even if just because you don't like it, it's not right. It's absolutely not right. Same with like I'll give you YouTube, for example. I get comments on my videos or whatever, and for the most part I got pretty like-minded people, but you'll always get somebody who, you know, disagrees or whatever, and that's fine, as long as you're respectful to the person. They can say whatever they want, and I don't delete comments. just letting you guys know I will not censor. I will only delete comments if it's disrespectful, and that's all we should do. But to block somebody or censor them and don't allow them to speak because you don't like the person or you don't like their politics or whatever, I don't like it. I think it should be wide open, so long as it's not a hateful rhetoric, and that's the way I believe. But censorship is continuing to grow, and shows no sign of stopping. So we have to really fight for that, not just in any particular country, but in the world. Look what's happening in Brazil with X, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. It's been completely blocked from there because the Supreme Court is just has become its de facto president or something. I don't know. I don't know why this has happened. I know why it's happening, but I don't know why specifically in Brazil. What's the motive? Because Elon Musk or whatever didn't want to block some accounts that were, some politicians in Brazil were being critical of the government or the Supreme Court, which they didn't like it, and they even told X or Elon Musk that they had to have their accounts removed, and he refused. I don't particularly like Elon Musk. I think he's part of the globalist establishment or whatever, but good for him for not deleting their accounts. And now it's banned in Brazil. It's been ongoing. Brazilians cannot access Twitter, or I keep calling it Twitter, X, because of that. And I think that's wrong. Brutally wrong. So you can't censor specifically a sitting politician because they're being critical of their own government. That leads to a dictatorship, and that's not good. It's not good for Brazil. It's not good for the world. It sets precedents. But that's the situation we're in. That's what's happening. It could happen in other countries too. If this is allowed to happen, if people don't tell them no, the Supreme Court people in Brazil, if the people of Brazil don't stand up against this, no matter what side of the political spectrum you're on, no matter if you like Twitter or X or whatever, there needs to be, freedom of speech. From what I understand, they also told X not to say that it was the Supreme Court that was requesting them to have those specific individuals' accounts removed from X, which is really shady in itself. The world is a really fucked up place. Censorship is extremely high, and again, it shows no sign of stopping. That's the world in which we live. Going the way of the digital tyranny, big time. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Let's hope that we can avoid a dystopian future for ourselves. Technology is okay, we can have these things, but it needs to be, needs to be more freedom to it. So if you like this video, guys, hit the like. If you're new on my channel, subscribe, and you'll get more little talks like this. My opinion, my thoughts about all kinds of different topics here in this reality, this life, whatever you want to call it, in the Matrix. So I'm gonna leave it at that, and yeah, we'll see you guys in a video very, very soon. Bye for now.